Get you back out with Marcus G and Coach with the play.
TV.
And today, Coach is going to kick off the topic. So what we talking about, Coach?
I think we talking about this article we was reading about the journey of achievement, patience, and perseverance.
Persevere, that means like overcome. That means like you get over a hump, like you get through, you make it out to the other end, like you win.
It's a mindset, it's a theory. A mindset and a theory that you have to adopt. You have to put it in your mind that no matter what, you're going to persevere through whatever it is that you're trying to get through. So if it is you trying to start a business, if you don't adopt the mindset of perseverance, meaning that you know there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be tough times, but you train your mind to persevere through it and say that you're going to make it through it no matter what, your percentages and your chances is the statistics go up with regards to you being successful at that business once you adopt the theory of perseverance.
Okay, I like challenges.
Take the bulls by the horn. That's what it is, and that's what we gotta do. If people don't know where the bull at, how can they take the bull by the horn?
You gotta have a strategy involved in order to win so you can persevere. But a lot of times people don't like sticking to the script.
You have to be careful of who's on your team because people look at things where they always can adjust what you structure. Like, oh, I could have did it this way, or I could have did it that way. That's called everybody wanting to be cheap. Nobody wants to be Indian. So if you structure a deal, like you said, a business plan, and you stick to the business plan, and the business plan was agreed upon before you guys started, 9 times out of 10, people that fail, they don't stick to that business plan. They either want to cut corners, they want shortcuts, they want it to be made easier for them, instead of just sticking to the plan that was created, that you adopted in the beginning of this process.
Right.
And now you want to go around it because you sit home and thought about a quicker way or a shortcut to cut across the grass. You cut across the grass, you're going to create a path where you have to go and reseed it. All I'm saying is stick to the script. Stick to the script. When you design a business plan, stick to it, and then sprinkle a little bit of perseverance on there with a side spoon of determination.
Okay.
And then I want you to sipper a little bit of patience on there at the same time, and you're gonna come out with a great meal. That's how it works. But it's people that wanna say, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it over right now, and I'm ready to eat it right now. Now it's halfway done, cuz.
Having your leadership team prevent things like that from happening is very important. And your leadership team is not on the same page, it can create a little bit of chaos. In an already chaotic world, there's a lot of businesses that are being shut down because they're not ran efficiently. They don't know how to do things effectively. And that's where you need somebody like me and Coach.
So it's all about persevering through any trials and tribulations or obstacles, unforeseen circumstances that may come about in your business, which they will, you have to persevere through it. And that's what this whole article was talking about. It was basically talking about how you need to persevere through in this world often demands instant gratification. It's very easy to overlook the value of patience and overlook the value of persevering. If you want to know how a person can persevere, is they have to understand patience.
Oh, I used to lifeguard. You had to sit there and watch people's lives. And sometimes lifeguarding can be very boring. So you gotta have patience because at any moment somebody could potentially drown. And you don't want anybody drown on your watch. I learned patience very early on in my early days of being an employee. Continue, my brother.
So it's important not only that you learn patience, but everybody that inspired to be in business learns patience, man.
Okay.
Good things come to those who wait. It's a true situation that holds true in every aspect of life, particularly when it comes to pursuing meaningful goals and aspirations.
Right.
Whether it's building a successful business, mastering a skill, or achieving personal milestones, the journey towards success is rarely linear or immediate. It takes time. Instead, it requires dedication, reliance, persevering, and the willingness to embrace the whole process. Basically what we was talking about. Embrace the business plan that you created in the beginning and stick to the business plan. It's going to take a willingness to change your mindset. Most people, they stumble over obstacles instead of looking at obstacles as vessels to get you to the next place. As long as you get past this obstacle, you can move forward and don't fold. So that's the whole purpose, is just to inspire people not to fold when they come towards these obstacles that's put in front of them when they're running a business or trying to start up a new business.
Right.
So being a serial entrepreneur, we constantly have to go over these lessons over and over again, because starting multiple businesses, we see these things happening in each aspect of each business that we create or try to put forth. It's a constant study. That's why I believe it's important to put the information out there, because not only are you giving the audience the information, you literally giving the information back to yourself again.
So you're talking about putting in that work and reviewing your work and being patient and looking at how you overcame next challenges, so every time you do it, you get better, faster, and stronger. That's why I love working with new entrepreneurs, and I can tell exactly where they at, because a lot of people don't understand that running a business is not a hobby, and people need to distinguish the difference between running a business, wanting to be an entrepreneur, and having a hobby. Make sure that you know where you at, and if you haven't put the business plan together, you can hit us up, because we do business plans and we know how to write it. We can get you together and really get you going on the right path with these things.
It's always good to share the knowledge and make it a fun training for yourself, or revamping the information. It's just like a heavyweight fight, middleweight fight. You know, you get your fight on, and then after the fight is over, you chill with the family, you on vacation, you going here, you going there. But then when you hitting the boat, the yachts or whatever, then when you get that call again, yo, we got another fight coming up,
right?
You got to get back in the gym, going back over your lessons and what you need in order for the business to move forward, and share it. And you can do it in a fun way by spreading the information through a podcast and going over your technicals at the same tizzy.
We have this thing called evolution, evolve. Advancements in technology changes the way that we do business. So what was working back then does not necessarily work today, because now we're able to do things more efficiently. You gotta have a foundation of running the business. How does this work? But every now and then, technology advances happen and you gotta revamp. So if you're not evolving your business, then you're falling behind, and you gotta have patience, because you gotta adapt. We all saw that when the pandemic hit. A lot of things changed quickly, dramatically overnight. Was the technology there? Yeah, but not everybody had a reason to embrace it. So people had to switch their business model and adjust on the fly.
What you're really saying is that past progressions and past wins does not guarantee progression and wins in the future.
Never, and that's what I be trying to explain to people. It's like, I don't really care what people have done to a degree in the past. I want to know what they're doing today. How did they get here today? How did they position themselves to continue to move forward, get better, and really knock it out the park, because we came to win.
Persevering is one of the ways. One of the fundamental truths for achievement is that things worth having, it takes time. Whether it's acquiring new skills, cultivating meaningful relationships, or reaching significant milestones, meaningful accomplishments seldom happen overnight. Instead, they require sustained effort, dedication, and willingness to endure setbacks and challenges along the way. It's during these moments of struggle and adversities that true growth and progress occurs, shaping us into stronger, more resilient individuals. So even though you may have a setback, look at it as training. Look at it as a learning lesson. Look at it as something that's going to compel you to move forward and be better the next go round.
Some people say taking the L, but you know what L stands for me? Is lessons learned. Exactly.
That's important, man. As long as you have the mindset of moving forward through obstacles and never giving up, is one of the most important keys to success. If you think about any of the most successful businesses out here, they was eating oodles and noodles. That took perseverance and sticking to the plan. The ability and the willpower to move forward no matter what obstacles may come before them. And those are the ones that are most successful in business. Any small business, you need the same requirements of any big business. And one of them, the main requirements is perseverance and triumph through obstacles and difficulties and unforeseen circumstances. Don't let those things deter you or cause you to quit or slow you down in your progression towards success in business.
So one of my favorite entrepreneur stories is Heinz 57 ketchup. It took them 57 times to get the recipe which you know today as Heinz ketchup. That's one of the reasons why I love working with new startups and entrepreneurs, because now it gives me a great opportunity to really take all the skills and mentor somebody and help them achieve greatness. And what I also understand is that some people have to go through the experience by themselves and learn on their own. And you know, I'm not going to stop them, but I'm going to guide them in the right direction as much as I can. Sometimes it is about having an exit strategy.
How you want to get out the business at the time when it's time for you to get out. If something goes wrong or if somebody comes and offers you money to try to buy the business.
But hopefully you want to sell and boss up.
Some people love what they're doing and they like continue to do what they do, you know, and they never want to sell. Some people want to pass it down to their kids and their grandkids, you know. That's one way to
generational wealth.
That's one way to create it. A complex misconception that it can happen overnight. Talk about Heinz ketchup. There are many stories out there where people then tried over and over and over again, and that's the difference between a successful entrepreneur and somebody that's just trying to be an entrepreneur, because they get to a point and say, oh, this not happening for me, and they stop. Well, the article is just speaking more about that. It's speaking about embracing the process. How essential it is to endeavor through these things. Focusing solely on the end goal. You know, if you put your mind solely on the end goal and not on what's going on in front of you as far as obstacles and setbacks, then you'll have a better chance of getting to that end goal. It's about where you focus your mind, because it's just like where you look is where you're gonna walk. Where your lights shine on your cars, where your car's gonna go, most likely. So you just gotta already set your mind to that end goal so that you can have that accomplished. It's important to appreciate the journey itself. You know, the highs, the lows, victories and setbacks, lessons learned along the way. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings us closer to our objectives and reinforces our commitment to success. Do this by embracing the process. We cultivate patience, as we spoke about, resilience, and a deep appreciation for the value of hard work and perseverance. You got to put the work in. And, you know, writing the articles and doing the podcast and writing research for a book, that's putting the work in if you want to get to an end goal that is a successful goal that you're trying to accomplish. Put the work in, as most people know. It sounds cliche, but you really gotta put it in. You gotta get that work done, man.
I feel you. And that's the thing about it. I put in work, and I'm the type of person who will outwork most people. People can't keep up. And it's just like, I gotta slow down. And especially, like I said, being an entrepreneur business development coach, I realized that slowing down for people because they don't have the experience. So that helps me reflect all the time, because when I do meet new people and they ask me to help them with their business, I have to find out where they are and their learning curves. It's a reciprocal relationship, so it goes back and forth. So these people are telling me about their new experience and technologies that's coming out, and the way that things used to be are no longer being done. Now this is how it's being done. Now you're changing everything around, but now this is a better way to do it. So now I have to sit there and be like, okay, well, I never thought about it that way. Now I have to go and do my research, compare my notes of what I've done to what is appropriate now and how to apply those principles. But it all goes back down to the core principles of putting in that work and understanding where you are, being in position, unifying, working with a team, taking action.
So we up on Northern Parkway, Wabash. There's a Wendy's up there.
Right.
So we all sitting up there, it's about 30 bikes. Some of them got 1200s, 1100s, 750, 1000. We decide, you know, we're gonna race to DC, to New York Avenue, the Exxon right across the street from the Checkers.
Okay.
Bop, bop, bop.
Boom.
So when we get ready to pull off, I set the timer, bow on my watch. Click up and we get off. I get to New York Avenue in 14 minutes and 30 seconds. So you talk about slowing down. I ain't slowing down for nobody, cuz.
Man.
I was
He
the
said
first
keep
one down there.
He said keep up.
Keep up, cuz. That's the bottom line. Keep up, ain't no slowing down. You keep moving, you keep pushing. And then eventually you'll get to your destination. Very key.
Give it to somebody who's going to take it to where it needs to be.
I'm saying to you, if I would have slowed down just a tad bit, we was balling so crazy that if I'd have slowed down just a little bit, my homie back, the front wheel would have hit my back wheel.
Oh, so that means that y'all rolling in unison.
My homie front wheel would hit my back wheel.
So that means that you had a plan and you stick to the script because y'all set your time and said y'all was hitting here and you moving. So if you slowed down, the person behind you cause an accident, nobody is going anywhere.
Right. You going over to John Hopkins and flying in a helicopter.
You decide you didn't want to stick to the script.
Keep balling.
Right.
You know how it go, man. You got to keep moving. You keep pushing, man. And perseverance is one of them elements of the business that holds a major position. It really has to be adopted that no matter what happened, you're going to get this business plan done.
Right.
Now, if you get that mindset, it's not too much that you will fail at when it comes to doing business because you done already set your mind up to persevere. No matter what comes before you, you're going to get it done. And that's all we're encouraging right now. It's just to persevere. Just keep pushing, no matter what. As long as your energy is lined up to it, it should happen. But it's when you fail or you fall and you have a misconception that it should happen overnight. You know, PayPal just popped right up out the blue. No, it didn't. And them boys been working forever on that. Oh, Facebook just popped right up out the blue. No, it did not. It took two other guys in the dormitory of Harvard to create it, and then your boy Zuckerberg come in, swindled it from him, and made his moves and did his thing. It took a lot to get Facebook up off the ground, but when it got rolling, it was rolling. And that's what we're saying. Keep pushing forward no matter what you have to, to do to make it happen when it comes to obstacles or problems or things that's getting in your way or your line of sight, trying to confuse you or take you off track, because that's going to happen. People don't think it's going to happen. They don't think that should happen. But it's part of it. Okay. It's part of the business.
What she's saying is that you got to keep pushing and persevere.
If you keep moving forward, there's an opportunity and a chance that you can be successful. But if you stop, then there's no chance for you to be successful. That's all. That's the whole main point of the situation. The article goes on to say, moreover, celebrating certain victories is key to it. No matter how small they are, it's crucial to maintain momentum and motivation. When you accomplish one small goal, you go to the next and you celebrate that first goal. All right, you did your first podcast, man. We celebrating. Let's go out, pop some shit. Boom. And then you go into your next one. Oh, man, you celebrate your second one, man. And you keep on going. That maintains the momentum and the motivation for you to go on. It's a support system for you to keep going. Each milestone achieved, no matter how insignificant you may think it is a testament to your progress and your determination once you cross over those milestones. Whether it's reaching a sales target, mastering a new skill, or overcoming a personal challenge, every accomplishment deserves recognition and celebration. Right. By acknowledging our achievements, we reinforce our belief in our abilities and fuel our drive to continue pushing forward. It's the fuel to our motion. It also is important not to give up too early on ourselves. In the face of adversity or setbacks, it's tempting to throw in the towel and abandon our pursuit. However, doing so deprives us of our opportunity to unlock our true potential and realize our dreams. The road to success is often paved with obstacles and challenges, but it's those who persevere in the face of adversity who ultimately triumph. By staying committed to our goals and refusing to succumb to doubt and discouragement, because a lot of people try to discourage, we unleash the true potential that lies within ourselves. It's a recipe. It's a basic recipe. So like I said, you put all those ingredients on the situation. Patience, perseverance, determination, drive, you're gonna have a good meal at the end of the day.
Get that seasoning on it.
Make it right.
100.
They call me Chef Boyardee.
Boyardee?
Yeah, Chef Boyardee.
Oh, man.
Along with TB, but they call me Chef Boyardee.
Because you be whipping that work, you be in the kitchen.
Up, man.
Long story short, you gotta put in that work, because if you don't focus on solving the problem and focus on the problem, you're not gonna persevere, you're gonna waste time, and you're not going to be successful like you should be. And so you gotta have the right mindset to focus and say, this problem is a lesson for me to learn. How can I persevere to be successful and overcome this so that I don't make the same mistake again? And that's what makes a great leader, because a great leader was once a follower. And that leader didn't become a leader overnight. It took them time. But when you see them and meet people, they always think that a lot of times where they meet you at, or what you're doing is where you are. Never judge a book by its cover. I'm telling you, people think that things happen overnight all the time. They think that they don't see the hard work that's been put in prior to you being to the point where you are right now in business. They think, oh man, he makes it look easy, or they don't see all the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. By recognizing that good things take time and embracing the process, you cultivate reliance, determination, a deeper appreciation for the value of hard work and dedication. By celebrating the victories along the way and refusing to give up too early on our ventures, we unlock our true potential and set ourselves on the path to success. With that, I believe this wraps up our journey on this episode of the podcast, because we out and about and we talking about business, life, and success. So be successful, put in that work, learn patience, and be persistent with what it is that you want to accomplish. Along with persevering through any unforeseen obstacles, just roll over them like a steamroller. I'm Coach TB, and we're gonna ask you to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, because that helps out the algorithm. Until the next time, we out and about in the streets and the cyberspace. Catch you next time.